I'm just going to pop up a picture real quick because I don't want to pretend to speak for Lee. But I was watching a reel yesterday and I couldn't keep watching it. It just hurt too much. And I said to my spiritual team, oh man, I know how that look feels. It was a look of hurt and confusion. And yeah, boy, do I know the feel of that look. And so, what I wanted to share was that apparently there is a collective of us. You know, people with big missions have big challenges. Woohoo, right? But it is the case that we have maybe a little more to test our mettle, as they say, than others because we have to see if we can grow the balls and maintain them. You know, speak up when we need to speak up, not be caving just because we run into haters, that kind of thing. And definitely, Lee has run into a lot of haters recently. I don't understand it other than he is being challenged because he has such a huge mission. So, this is what my team told me. Some of us that came to this earth, star seed, earth angel, whatever the label is, just don't realize how different our hearts are compared to a lot of people. So we are confused. We are literally confused that people's hearts can choose a different way than ours do, because ours see such a big picture. We can see in almost anybody the wounding that is prompting the action. So we can be more likely to forgive because we know we're all human and we know we screw up and we make mistakes too. But there is a point where our hearts just kind of go, urge, and they just can't allow for the truth that not everyone's hearts feel and react the same way ours do. And so there's the confusion. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Well, Lee is being tested with a very unfair situation. I was tested with a very unfair situation. If you're in this collective, you were faced with a very unfair situation. And you were just shaking your head because your heart is like, I don't get it. They knew everything I've been through, and they still chose to do this to me. They know all the good work I'm doing, and they're still choosing to get in the way of it. You know, it's like not only do our minds not comprehend it, our hearts just can't allow for it. But it is a test to see if we're going to cave, to see if we have gotten to the point now in our growth where we will stand up and fight for this mission that we were sent here to accomplish. And in a lot of cases, it does mean that maybe we have to become more hard-ass, kind of back to where we used to be. We have become so familiar with healing that we know all these things come from people being wounded, and so we see too generously, I guess. All these actions may come from people who are wounded, but it still was a choice as to whether they would heal the wounding. As they tell me, as they would tell Lee if he was connecting in. It's not like you went through a piece of cake. You went through many challenges. You survived many challenges. You chose to heal, and you choose to do good in the world. You're not choosing to spread hate and violence and all the disgusting stuff that we see is rampant right now. So we kind of have to harden up a little bit on the forgiveness. Sure, we can acknowledge that everyone comes from wounding, but it still is people choosing to do good and to heal, or to spread hate and to cause harm. So if you wondered, at a very unfair situation? Yeah, it was for a reason. It was for testing. And it may be that it's time for you to see that if you're not feeding someone's what's similar to narcissistic supply by reacting the way they want you to when they reach out to hurt you, they may reach out to others to try to hurt them to see if they get a better response. We don't always have to turn the other cheek. Sometimes we can say, enough is enough is enough. This is bullshit. I am not going to excuse it because you've been wounded, because I was plenty wounded and I didn't choose to do what you are choosing to do and spread hate. Enough is enough is enough. They chose destruction and damage. You don't have to see the pretty side of that. It was a choice. It's always a choice.